Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're diving into something pretty revolutionary, a new kind of AI that doesn't just talk to you or write for you, it actually builds for you. Yeah, we're talking about taking your ideas and turning them into real working products, all from just a few sentences.
Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't some far-off sci-fi concept anymore. The power to create really complex digital tools is shifting away from just expert developers and into the hands of, well, anyone with a good idea. It's a fundamental change in how we think about creation itself.
So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll get a handle on what this new type of AI actually is. Then we'll see it in action with 3 incredible examples: building a website, creating a custom app, and even automating a business workflow. And finally, we'll connect all the dots to see why this is such a game changer. Let's jump in.
Okay, first things first. Before we get to the cool demos, we really need to understand the core technology that makes all this possible. The source material calls it a deep agent.
So, let's be clear, this is not just another chatbot. A deep agent is a builder. It can take a complex goal, figure out all the steps, write the front end and the back end code, manage all the database stuff, and then push the whole thing live. It's basically a developer, a designer, and a systems admin all rolled into one AI.
This slide is actually a perfect way to think about it. You can picture a deep agent as a mashup of tools you probably already know. It's got the conversational smarts of something like ChatGPT, the coding and deployment power of a tool like Replit, the design chops of Webflow, and the automation brain of Zapier, all fused into one single powerful interface.
All right, enough with the theory. Let's see this thing in action. For our first trick, we're going to create a complete e-commerce-ready website. And we're going to start with nothing more than a single command.
Now, just look at this prompt. It's detailed, sure, but it's just plain English. You're just describing what you want: a login system, a way to sell stuff with Stripe, even a little dark mode for style. You're not writing a single line of code, you're just describing a vision.
And the process itself is just so straightforward. You write your prompt, the AI might ask you a couple of clarifying questions, like, hey, what's your Stripe API key? And then it just builds the whole thing. You get a private link to test everything out, and when you're happy, you just hit the deploy button and it's live for the whole world.
And check out what you get at the end of it. This isn't some cheap template or a toy website. This is a professional, production-grade site. It's fully responsive. It's got real user logins through Google, a working e-commerce system. It's all there, deployed and ready for customers. Something that used to take a team weeks can now literally be done in minutes. Insane. Okay, so building websites is one thing, and that's already mind-blowing. But what about custom software? Let's jump to our next example and see how this tech can build a totally specialized app right from scratch.
So the mission here is to create a very specific tool for marketers. The idea is simple, but super powerful. You upload a single photo of a product, and the AI generates a whole suite of ad visuals, all with a consistent style. That is a very specific and, let's be honest, a very valuable application.
Now, this part is absolutely key. The quality of what you get out is directly tied to the quality of what you put in. With a generic prompt, the results are, okay, but they're a little messy and inconsistent. But look at the difference when you use a well-engineered prompt template. The results are cohesive, professional, and actually ready to be used in a real ad campaign. Prompting is the new coding.
Let's move on to our third and final example, automation. This is where the AI stops being just a one-time builder and starts becoming more like an active digital employee on your team, handling all those repetitive tasks for you. And again, just look at the detail in this command. It's written in totally natural language, but it's a complete set of instructions for a daily workflow. You're telling it to scan an inbox, draft replies from a knowledge base, update a CRM, and then send you a summary. You are literally describing a job description.
And here's what that AI will now do. Every single day, without fail, it'll read the support emails, figure out the best response, log the whole interaction in a spreadsheet, and then report back to you. This is exactly how you automate the tedious parts of a business so that the humans can focus on the stuff that really matters.
So we've seen it build a website, an app, and a workflow. Now let's just pull back for a second and really understand the big picture, because this isn't just about some cool new tool. This is way bigger.
This right here is the real game changer.
What we're actually witnessing is a massive convergence. Think about it. 4 totally separate industries: no-code app builders, website design platforms, automation engines, and AI agent creators. They are all collapsing into one single unified workspace. The power of having all of that in one spot is just hard to even comprehend right now.
And really, this is the ultimate takeaway. The barrier to entry for creating sophisticated digital products is just dropping to almost nothing. If you have an idea for an app, a SaaS tool, or a better business process, you now have a direct line to actually building it, and you don't have to become a programmer to do it.
So before you run off and start building, here are just a few practical tips to get the best results. First, be as precise as you can with your prompts. Have your assets, logos, brand colors, ready to go. Think about building in reusable parts. And for anything really sensitive, like sending emails or handling money, make sure you add a human approval step in there. And finally, always save your builds, so you have a version history to fall back on.
So we'll leave you with this question. We have moved from a world where you needed to know how to code to a world where you just need to know how to clearly describe what you want. Creation has become a conversation, and that means the only limit left is your imagination. So what will you build?